faster. Hello and welcome aboard. I am certified personal trainer Mary Beth Rockwell, joining you live. Hey, live. And if you're checking out the recording, hello to you too. Welcome aboard to the Next Fitness Show, coming to you courtesy of the Next Fitness Thing, our awesome and amazing wellness platform where we invite you to join us and get a workout in once in a while and have a lot of fun doing it. So that's the nextfitnessthing.com. I just want to get that out there before I forget, because sometimes I do. Let me bring in Alexis to say hey, our CEO at TNFT, and pushing the buttons and organizing all the things is our executive producer and Jackie of all trades, as I sometimes like to say. On the show today, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Of course, this coming weekend, we are heading into, for all of us who observe, not everybody does, but it's daylight saving time over the weekend. So we spring forward as opposed to falling back. So we'll turn our clocks back for an hour. That messes with us in many ways with our health and our wellness. So we're going to have some tips to kind of help get you navigating through the weekend and the days after that, because that can carry on well into the next week because it messes with us. Less mess is what we're going for on that one. We will have, of course, a mid-show stretch break and a move of the week, opportunities to get you off of your bootay and get a little movement in your day. We have a great mailbag question from somebody near and dear to us here at TNFT, so we'll pop that in, and that's going to be interesting and fun, I think. We've got several announcements of things coming at you here at the Next Fitness Thing. We'll keep you in the loop on that, and then we're going to save some time for some food this time because we didn't get to do it last week, and it's one of my favorites. So hello and welcome again. If you're live, please feel free to chat away. The comments are open for you to do that. Take part in our discussion once we get things underway as well. And please, whether you're with us live or on the recorded version, like us, give us a thumbs up right now, please. I have to be careful because I have a thumb condition going on right now and I'm like dealing with a medical thing. So that's what, if you see this tape on here, that's what that's about. So, but I'm hiding it. Anyway, please comment, please like, please share our videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not done so yet. Every one of those interactions helps drive up our algorithm and get more notice. And please watch our videos whenever you can as well. The more you can watch them, the longer you can watch them, the better for us to help us, again, get out there into the world. All right, we got some live peeps in the chat. Hello, Donna D and Mary and Carol. I'll say hello. And Megan says, happy Friday. Or as we like to say around here, happy Friday. Okay, and Megan gets a whoop whoop because she's throwing it down from my home state of Pennsylvania. So that's my Pennsylvania whoop whoop. Okay, I mentioned the nextfitnessthing.com. That's where you find us if you want to come have fun and work out with us. Lots of different ways. And then our Facebook group is also a great place for you to check us out. Facebook.com/groups/the next fitness thing. Do not have to be a TNFT member to jump in there and check us out. But once you see all the awesome peeps that are hanging out there, you're going to want to be a part of our community, we think. So I do hope you'll check in with us there. Hello. All right, Alexis, are you ready to get into the discussion here about daylight saving time? It is, I gotta be honest, it is one of my favorite times of the year because I have seasonal affective disorder and the dark evenings just drive me bananas for months. And then that extra daylight at the end of the day is like, oh, thank you. So if you see my mood do a total 180 over the next week, you'll know why. But daylight saving time or savings time, I was actually looking into this, by the way, as I was doing some research for this. The preferred terminology is daylight saving, singular time, because it's daylight saving time. Aha. However, because so many people say savings, that's become accepted as well. But just so you know, I'm a word nerd, so I'm into things like that. Anyway,
I never knew that. I always have said savings. I just didn't even, it wasn't even, I mean, it makes sense, but I never knew that.
Yeah, well, there you go. I learned you something today, maybe. So let's learn everybody a little something today about daylight saving time and what it can do to your body and how you can kind of get over those humps. And Alexis, do you want to go, or do you have any thoughts on this one before we get
all
deep
I can
into
say
it?
is we just did this topic in the brain teaser walk today, so I learned a lot about it in the brain teaser walk. I'm gonna try not to give away any of those answers in case anybody wants to take that class, but
with me.
Yeah, exactly, at 5 o'clock Pacific. But
Thank you for the plug.
but just saying, it's super interesting, this topic, very interesting.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so the number one thing that when we spring forward and turn the clocks ahead in the springtime is it messes with our circadian rhythms. And that when we have our circadian rhythm messed with, it messes with our sleep, and then that can just snowball into so many different aspects of our lives. So some of the tips that we're probably going to be presenting here are just natural, common sense overall, get some good sleep tips, to be perfectly honest, like turning off your screen an hour before bedtime at least. So you don't have the blue light in your waking you up. I started wearing an eye mask because it's starting to get a little bit lighter in the morning before I wake up. And so that mask helped block that out. And I didn't wake up earlier than normal because I can see the sun like creeping through my blackout curtains at the top. So there are many, many things you can do to help your body adjust. Exercise is one of them. Get out and get some fresh air. And that kind of helps reset your internal clock as well, along with the good sleep hygiene. That is important all year round, but especially this time of year. You can start if you've not already done this yet, because as we're live, we're like 36 hours or so away from the switch. So if you can, start now, and maybe tonight change your bedtime a little bit earlier. I actually have been doing that naturally this past week, just because for some reason I got tired early and I just went to bed early. So the suggestion, this comes from a sleep medicine specialist, by the way, for 3 nights before daylight saving time hits. And I know we're already past that point now, but you could start tonight. Go to bed 15 or 20 minutes earlier each night. So for example, if your regular bedtime is 10 p.m., start adjusting it to like 9:45, 9:30 on the days leading up to it, and then it's going to be much more of a gradual shift in your system instead of hitting you in the face all at once. So I think there's something to that. I do that also with my medication, by the way, because I'm on daily medication that I'm supposed to take at the same time every day. That's something else you might want to consider. It's like, so if you're supposed to take it at 7 a.m. every day, try to scoot your medication back along with the sleep as well, because that way you're going to get that dose gradually instead of like switching it to a total different time. And then your system goes, what's happening right now? So, Alexis, do you have any more right now to add to what I've said so far? I have a lot.
Right. I mean,
so.
I feel like it's like there's also, your pets might be expecting to eat at a specific time. So whatever you're doing to adjust for yourself, you might want to also think about them and adjusting by a few minutes for them too.
And kids.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that kids, bedtimes, all of those things, food.
Yeah.
I guess the thing for me, one thing I want to just point out is not everyone in the world is on it at the same time. So if you have international things going on, I know we've had trainers in other countries a lot, and so we need to make sure that we call everyone's attention to, hey, our time changed, yours might not have. We're going off of this, and so there's that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I'll just say is, if this is something you really don't like, it's a political decision of when this time is. So let your representatives know how you feel about it, so that if you don't want daylight savings time anymore, maybe we won't have to have it forever.
Alexis is on a campaign for this last few days, because there is legislation, and I believe it's been sitting in Washington waiting for the president's signature, basically. And it doesn't matter what party the president's from, they have the power to do that. But so far, nobody's doing it. So you might want to like scoot that along and nudge them a little bit if you want to make that happen. I would be happy with daylight saving time all year long, personally. But
yep, totally.
Yeah.
Carol's in the chat saying, oops, I've been going to bed later. And Mary says, yes, my dogs want to eat an hour early right now.
They don't know. They got circadian rhythms too, right? So yeah, you might want to try switching them little by little as well. And if you are a parent of teens, by the way, and teens are especially susceptible and need more sleep in general, just because they are teens. If you can get your teenager to try one of the modifications like a couple of weekends before, I know it's again late to get this one, but for future reference, give them a little bit more transition time to make the switch with going to bed a little bit earlier each night. And then once they are able to do that and they feel the switch in their sleep behaviors and they have that autonomy and that control, they're much more likely to stick with that, right? So I just found that fascinating as I look into the sleep side of things. But again, some of the usual suspects, you might want to back off your caffeine. I generally
that's
cut
interesting.
mine off no later than 2 p.m. Other than that, it keeps me awake at night, and especially with the time change, you also might want to
Cheers.
consider. Yeah, cheers to that, my water bottle. And something to keep in mind as well regarding caffeine: chocolate ice cream and chocolate milk. If you like to enjoy those in the evening, there's
Mm,
caffeine in chocolate. Just saying. I
okay.
love chocolate, don't get me wrong. But yeah, some of the usual go-to suspects. But yeah, there is, like Alexis said, there is a move to ditch daylight saving time. And many experts say it would be healthier for everyone. And scientists tell us that it may actually be detrimental to our health. There is an increase in heart attacks. There is an increase in auto accidents. And just because some of us are kind of discombobulated, maybe not focusing as much. If you're driving in the morning, it's still dark. And it's just like there's so many things tied into this that we often don't think about. So, yeah, that legislation's sitting there. We need to, I think we need to make that happen.
Yep,
Um,
I'm lobbying for it right now.
Alexis is becoming
Exactly.
a daylight
Carol
saving time
says I've spent a
audience.
lot of time reasoning with dogs about this over the
How's that going, Carol? They're like, oh, okay,
years.
mom. uh, you just see the dogs having a conversation. I'm weird that
Yeah.
way. So, if you can do that transition gradually regarding the sleep, regarding even your how when you eat your food, because if you
Hmm.
tend to eat at a certain time, and that messes with your system as well. So do it little by little, and it's less of a just like brick wall that you run into the next day where you feel like jet lagged and you're just like, what am I doing? And it's like, oh yeah, it's daylight saving time. But we also want to be on time for things on Sunday. So, you got to make the change or else you're out there on an island
And
on your own.
Monday, I mean, just saying,
Monday
it
after
takes me,
DST.
yeah, like Sunday, I'm
Mhm.
usually don't always have something. I'm always usually okay. But Monday, I'm like, what is going on?
There is actually an observance the Monday after daylight saving time regarding like sleep disorder day or something like that, or sleep
Oh,
awareness because of that reason, because we're all like walking around like zombies after the time change, or many of us
yeah,
are anyway.
totally.
So happy, I guess, daylight saving time, depending on how you look at it and depending if you observe.
Good attitude.
And do try to, if you can, if you are observing and you get that extra hour of light at the end of your day, take advantage of it. That will definitely help you with the fresh air and the sunshine, and you're going to feel better even if you just get a little bit of movement in as well. So
Goodness.
lots of food for thought there. So DST is a thing. DDQ. All right, moving along, shall we? And if y'all have any questions, keep them coming, by the way. Yeah, we're always up for questions. Live crews checking us out. And even if you're checking out the recording, you can send us questions. And if we see them, and we'll hopefully see them and give you an answer in the comments. Cool. Okay, stretch break time. I got to get a stretch going for my brain, apparently, because I'm kind of floating around with words here and words there right now. So our stretch for the day is a sun salutation. And Alexis, you picked this one with daylight saving time in mind, and it's the lovely Trainer Kacey from TNFT. Yay. So, why did you pick this one, Alexis? Fill us in.
Okay, so sun salutation, it is complex, and there are actually two of them, but or more really. But
Yeah.
but basically this is a very foundational yoga sequence, the sun salutation. This is traditionally used as the way to wake up and do yoga. So it is literally made for saluting the sun first thing in the morning.
Hence the name.
And
Oh,
as
there's
you
Casey's
watch
kitty.
Kacey doing this in this video, is it going to loop? No, let's start over. Okay,
Yeah.
so you essentially reach to the sun and take a bow in humility. And every time you rise up and greet the sun and come back to the earth. So it's really about the energy of meeting the sunlight and allowing the energy of the sun to touch your body and to flow through your body and into the earth. From a physiological standpoint, the sun is super, super healthy for us. And it's really important that we're actually getting in the sun more than we might even think. And
Yeah.
at the same time, the sun salutation is an amazing stretch. It gets your hips open, your chest open, your shoulders open. It stretches you into a lunge. It's really an opportunity to essentially do a slow motion burpee. So you're getting all the way down to the
Right?
ground and all the way back up.
I had never
And
thought about it that way. You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh.
but yeah,
I
it's
love
like
it.
a super stretchy slow motion burpee is basically what the sun salutation is.
And it'll definitely get your blood flowing, get some oxygen flowing into your brain, help wake you up that way too. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the sun salutation.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought on how quickly or how slowly we might want to do our sun salutation?
That's a really good question. The Thank you for asking that. Actually, the sun salutation ideally really is tied to the pace of your breath. So it's like inhale, arms reach over your head, exhale, forward fold,
Right,
inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale. Honestly, it's hands to the floor. There's a whole piece that goes along with it. But the
right.
idea is that this is an opportunity for you to sort of set your rhythm for the day so that you are attuned to natural cycles, including the cycle of the sun, but also to the cycle of your breath, so that your body becomes attuned to moving with your breath
I love
first
that
thing in the
answer.
morning.
Beautiful. So I hope you were able to join Kacey. And again, Kacey was moving pretty quickly on the video, but you could slow it down to get the hang of it to start, and then you can pick up the pace once you're comfortable with it. But little steps, baby steps, will add into wonderful things for your body. So hope you'll take advantage of a sun salutation each morning if you can. And then we have the little bit more circulation for you in our move of the week. Another little brain boost for you to pop in if your butt's dragging due to daylight saving time. And this is something that pretty much anybody can do because we got all kinds of different versions of a ladder climber. This is a foundational cardio move, essentially. It's kind of, if you're familiar with mountain climbers, it's the standing version of that, more or less. So this is me showing the low impact version of a mountain climber, or ladder climber, rather. So you'll notice the coordination on this one. I'm lifting my opposite arm and my opposite knee at the same time. That matters because it helps your balance. If you ever looked at yourself while you're walking, your opposite hand and your opposite foot are forward. This is how we are meant to move in life. So often I will see somebody on the one side and the same arm and the same knee are up, and then it's just like, this feels weird. Well, it's because we don't normally move that way. So just go with the flow and do what you normally do, and you're going to get the hang of it. And the bigger your motion is, the more blood flow and circulation and oxygen you're going to get coursing through your body. We have another version of this if you want to amp it up a little bit and you're comfortable jumping. Here's Veronica going full tilt boogie, and she's jogging in place on this one. So, and you get a lot more out of this the higher and bigger that your moves are, and moving at a pace that's comfortable for you, and the impact level that's comfortable for you as well. Alexis, ladder climbers,
Yeah,
what do you
this is
think?
great. I love this move. I mean,
I
it
do
really
too.
just gets your heart pumping, and it really, I mean, if you need to be ready to climb a ladder, you're ready to go. Just kidding.
To the top of a skyscraper. And
um,
you could do this seated as well if you're in a position where you're going to be seated for a while. You
absolutely.
just need to get some blood flow, get your arms going up like that. It's awesome to
Wait, do it
anytime you're
again.
getting
I
your arms over your
put you on spotlight. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. And maybe you
uh,
even march a little bit with it with your legs. I know we can't see your
yeah.
legs, but yeah,
But yeah,
nice.
anytime your arms are over your head, your heart has to work a little harder to get the blood up there and the oxygen as well. So if you want to go for the extra challenge, arms over your head. All right.
Love it.
Yay. Okay. I love this part of the program because we are heading into the TNFS mailbag. And our question this week, by the way, if you have any questions, you can send yours in to us at the address that's on your screen, TNFT at thenextfitnessthing.com. It doesn't have to be health and wellness related. It could be something random, and we're willing to answer. We're willing to answer pretty much anything you send in. So don't be shy. But our question this week comes from, as I mentioned, somebody near and dear to our heart at TNFT. It's Alexis's mom, Lana. And Lana, I love this question. What is the best way to keep your workout shoes smelling sweet and not stinky? I don't want to put them in the washing machine. Okay, I definitely have some tips that are particular to me. Alexis, do you want to go first on this one? And since it's your mom, Hi.
Okay, hi mom. Thanks for the question. That's great. Okay, what's my tip on this? Honestly, my tip on this is maybe a little bit, I don't know if you heard of this before, but what I do for this is I put the shoes in the freezer. So I know that seems really weird. You might want to put them in a bag before you put them in the freezer, just so you
Right.
don't make your whole freezer smell like your shoes. But I do really find that that helps to put the shoes in the freezer. They can't be too far gone for this to work. But
Hmm.
if they are just a little bit stinky, if you put them in the freezer, it tends to kill off the microorganisms that can't live at these. They like the warmer temperatures and they don't like the colder temperatures. So if you
Uh-huh.
put them in the freezer, it can give it a bit of a reset. So
Yeah. Okay. There's some wisdom for you. Uh-oh,
that is my
you froze a
tip
little
for
bit.
this.
We got you back. Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
All
cool.
right.
Sorry.
So yeah, you're just a little in and out, just FYI, but we got you now. Mine, I definitely am a proponent of having multiple pairs of shoes to swap out, and don't wear the same pair of shoes for more than 2 days max at a time, preferably one day at a time, and then alternate your shoes, because that way they have a chance to air out. And some people swear by putting like crumpled up newspaper in their shoes to help that. I actually have a little secret tip. I have custom orthotics that I've had the same pair of orthotics prescribed to me by a podiatrist for, oh my gosh, it's probably been 15 years now, and I have the exact same pair because they're made to last, and they are coated with an odor resistant, odor prevention fabric. And I never have that problem with these in. But if you don't have those, you can maybe at least find, if you can, if it's within your budget, get a second pair of shoes, alternate your shoes. At the very least, it's going to have a little bit more opportunity for them to air out and be fresh as a daisy the next time around. And okay, anything else? Are we covered in the shoe department? Lana, I hope we got that for you.
I mean, I'm
And
sure people are going to say baking soda in the shoes. I think that
there,
one
yeah,
is probably a good idea. You could
true.
try kitty litter if you wanted to. The other thing I would say with this is if you are having this problem consistently, you might want to think about changing what socks that you're wearing with those shoes
Yeah.
too.
Hmm.
So maybe if the socks are not doing what you want the socks to do, because the more that you have, if you're not wearing socks, try wearing socks. That would be one thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
um but I know that the biggest problem I had with this was with the 5 finger shoes, and they do have
Oh.
socks for those now, but at the time they didn't really have socks for those.
Uh-huh.
And oh man, those shoes were just there was no, the freezer was, it was way beyond the freezer
Yeah,
level
it
basically.
was too far gone. And then one more thing, as far as like keeping your shoes nice, if you don't want to put them in the washing machine, I get like soap and water and a little brush, and if there's like any surface dirt on them, just get rid of them that way, and that way they still look nice, and you don't have to put them in the washer, which can break them down, especially if you're gonna put them in the wash, make sure you don't put them in the dryer. Let them air dry
Right.
if you can, right?
Right.
And that you generally will involve having a second pair, going back to what I was saying, because it
Right,
takes
because
a
it's
while
going to
for them
take a
to
while to
dry.
dry. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Megan says,
Okay.
I've come to terms with my smelly shoes. Nice.
Be at one with it. Okay. Let's go on to, we got some announcements. We got some things popping here at the next fitness thing, and we want to pop them along with you. So, first off, we did have a stellar group of 5Kers show up this past weekend for our Gotta Have Heart virtual 5Ks. I led one on Saturday. Kathy led the Sunday one, and we are still waiting for a few people to submit the results to our website. So you can go to thenextfitnessthing.com/heart5k. And many of you, if in case you were not already aware of this, might have noticed that we have the previous 5Ks results on there too. And we're keeping a running track of all of your 5K performances. So you can tangibly see your progress and see your times getting faster and faster as you go, ideally. So I think that's a pretty cool thing when you see like, oh my gosh, I started there and now I'm there. Yes. So please do submit your results and brag about what you did, because you're awesome for doing that. And then I also wanted to remind peeps that our adorable Gotta Have Heart 5K 2025 edition wicking long sleeve t-shirt is still available in our merch store. So if you didn't get yours, get it now. Merch.thenextfitnessthing.com to get that. Next, we're days away now from our next Step into Fitness Walking Challenge. We love these. Our March On third annual March On Walking Challenge starts this coming Monday, March 10th, as we're live. 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday through March 20th. The URL to sign up and get more information is on your screen, thenextfitnessthing.com/march-on. These are 25-minute classes, and we have a prize on the line this time. We've done this before, and it's turned out to be very popular. So we have an item of the day that we ask you to post in class. You get a point for that, and 3 points if you post it on your public-facing social media and tag us at the Next Fitness Thing. So on Instagram, and we're bumping up our TikTok channel as well. So we're on there. We don't have the there in our handle, so it's at Next Fitness Thing if you're following us on TikTok, just so you know. But somebody at the end of it, whoever collects the most points, is going to be the winner of a cool piece of TNFT swag. In the event, and this often happens, that multiple people max out their points, we'll have a random drawing to see who wins the prize, right? Okay, Alexis, anything else that I missed on that?
That's right. You're on.
All right.
That's right.
We're good. We're good. Okay. Our next TNFT community event is coming up on Sunday, March 16th. That's my sister's birthday. Hi, Jean. Women's History Walk, all access class, which means anybody is welcome to join us. This is always, we've done this event before, and it's a phenomenal event to support women and to love women, all the great women in our lives and in the world. And anybody who is a woman or loves a woman is welcome to join us for that. thenextfitnessthing.com/women, plural, because there's a lot of us that are going to rock the house on this one. This is a 25-minute class, and no cardio goals or anything. Just show up and learn some great stuff with us and celebrate all the phenomenal females in our lives. And then next, the March Walking Book Club is on the calendar. We have a somewhat lengthy book selection this month, so if you haven't gotten the book yet, which is on your screen, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, you might want to get on that and get that book. So we have the link to get the book. And all the information you need about our 40-minute walking book club class, which will be Sunday, March 30th, with the aforementioned sun saluter, Kacey. Salutator, that's not a word. 1 p.m. Pacific time on the 30th. The nextfitnessthing.com/book club has all the info. And again, I want to just shout out that I'm so thrilled that we have the bookshop.org link on there now. So you can support your local bookseller by getting your book through that link. All right. Yay. Please do that. And then we have our AMA Walk series is back in the fold here at the Next Fitness Thing. So AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. This is a series of 15-minute walks, each one with a different TNFT trainer or team leader answering questions, maybe sent in by you. So if you have any questions you'd like us to feature in a future AMA walk, you can send yours into amawalk.thenextfitnessthing.com. And then, we're about to start our 9th series of these. Is that right, Alexis? We're just wrapping up the V8 of the AMA walks, and then we're going to head right on into V9. So I'll be answering some new questions for you pretty soon, and you'll be hearing from Alexis too pretty soon as well, right? Yep. All right, cool. And then I think it's, oh my gosh, look at us. We're coming in on time this week. My gosh. And we still would need to save some time for the food. I'm just noting that now. So, but we're going to hold on to it until after the Freebie Friday giveaway, because I know somebody wants to win something. So the way that you do that is from now until next week's show, the Thursday, the day before next week's show for the live crew, comment on any of the videos that we've posted that week on the Next Fitness Things YouTube channel. And then, excuse me, everybody gets put into a random drawing. There we go, to win the piece of TNFT swag. All right, so a very cool prize for you. So we have the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel, and everybody that's commented on the past week is on this wheel. So we're going to give it a spin. I noticed as I was listening back to our shows, you really couldn't hear my sound effects. So I'm going to do that. And well, looky there. Carol, congratulations. Very, very diehard supportive TNFT teammate. So yay, Carol, congrats. We will get in touch with you to get you your prize. Big yay. Okay, and then the final thing, we're going to talk about the seasonal food. And we like to drop this in every so often, and it's normally something on the healthiest side. This one is a very healthy one, and it's one of my favorites. I'm just going to mute myself for a second. There we go. Frog be gone. Okay. We're going to talk about garlic. Dun, 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 dun. We love to cook Italian food around here, so we go through a lot of garlic at Chez MB. So what is so dang special about garlic, which is coming into season this time of year? Lots of things. There are so many proven health benefits to garlic going back for centuries. I mean, ancient like Egyptians and Greeks and Romans and Chinese and Indians have all been using garlic for all these years because they believed in the medicinal properties of it. And the studies are proving that to be true basically now. So it is shown to be an antioxidant. It can help boost your immune system, so warding off colds and bugs and things going around. The active components in garlic can actually reduce your blood pressure, which is pretty sweet. It may improve your cholesterol levels, so knocking down the LDL cholesterol, the lousy bad cholesterol in quotes. I mean, you need to eat a certain amount of it, but it's not like an egregious amount. So if you have a little bit of garlic almost every day, whatever you can, those little things are going to pile up over time. And actually, there are studies showing now that the antioxidants in garlic may help prevent Alzheimer's disease and dementia. I mean, that's pretty. I know. My mind was blown when I saw that too. May help you live longer because it can help defend against the infectious diseases. So that is also another beautiful thing to add to your life, and it's really easy to incorporate into your cooking. So it's pretty widely available. Any store is going to have it. Alexis, you had some thoughts, though, we were discussing about buying the whole garlic with the skin on it versus already peeled
I would just
garlic.
really encourage you to use fresh garlic when you can. And especially if you're getting the powdered garlic, sometimes they're adding some things to that to keep it from caking or to make it have a color or for whatever other reason. So I would encourage you to use the actual garlic clove that looks like the thing and peel it and actually squish it. And I know it takes a little bit more work, but it tastes way better anyway.
Yeah. And did you know there are ways that you can cut your garlic to make it stronger or not as strong? So, for example, if you like have a garlic press, like the little lever thing that you put the clove in and it squirts out, that's going to be stronger because the more that you cut into the garlic clove, the more of the compounds it releases. So if you wanted
surface area.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you wanted to make your garlic milder, you have a couple of ways to do that. Slice it thinly rather than crushing it. Or just put a whole clove in, maybe just ever so slightly smashed. Just leave it in the pot that you're cooking in and then take it out. So it gives like the essence of the garlic, but not the whole thing. And I spend a lot of time in the kitchen in case you didn't figure this out and watch a lot of cooking shows. So get the garlic in you. And if you don't want it, I'll take yours. Anytime that I cook a recipe that calls for X number of garlic cloves, I always double it because fortunately my hubs loves it too. So, okay.
Right. And I would just say with the garlic, it is medicinal. So make sure that it is something that's happy in your body because different medicine works differently depending on what you might need. So just pay attention.
And there are garlic supplements as well, but why would you not eat the close to the real food? I mean, it helps liven up your food, I think. So, okay, please enjoy your garlic this weekend as we head into daylight saving time. You have one less hour to do so. Because we're turning the clocks forward. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I think that's a wrap. Thank you, Alexis, as always, for being just amazing. Thank you to Lana for contributing the question. We love you. And thank you for co-creating Alexis, I should say. And thank you to everybody who's with us live and everybody who's checking out the recording. And please check us out if you're not already one of our awesome TNFT teammates. We'd become one. We'd love to have you on our crew. So thenextfitnessthing.com, where you can come work out with us and go walk with us and do yoga with us and meditate with us and any number of different things. And then the Facebook group as well, facebook.com/groups/thenextfitnessthing. This is where we high five and send you on your way. Ready, set, boom. All right, it's time to dance it on out of here. And oh, look, I was ladder climber dancing on that one. That was all right. Hey, ho ho. Happy weekend, everybody that's with us live. Happy whatever day it is if you're on the recording. Mwah. We love you for checking in with us. Please do so early and often.